This is Jen, and this is Jen's story, or at least partly Jen's story. Jen is 28, lives in Atlanta, loves a good story, has a fulfilling job, and an excellent bunny. Jen is convinced there has to be a fun and flexible way to enrich my life. What convinced her was hearing Kathy's story. Kathy actually lives in Charlotte, has 2 kids, 1 very active puppy, and a husband who loves to travel but doesn't like heights. Kathy set up a meeting in the neighboring state because after starting her business, working her business, and growing her business, she was ready to expand her business, which is kind of like growing it, but more, expansive. Which probably leads you to the question, what business? That's the same question Jen had. So Kathy told her the Mary Kay Ash story. The story of how Kathy built a business that fits into her life. See, Kathy wanted to have flexibility. She wanted time with her family and a fulfilling business. Why not both? Now she gets to sell high-quality products, earning up to 50% on items sold at suggested retail. She has more time for fun with her kids and husband, doing the things they love. But those are stories for another time. Then Kathy told Jen, my story is just a continuation of a lot of other stories. Mary Kay Ash's story, the story of the amazing products made to the highest safety and quality standards, and the stories of the millions of women who have come before, like the woman who first invited Kathy to take a look at starting a Mary Kay business, Christina. Christina's story is very different to Kathy's. While Kathy wanted more time at home, Christina was a full-time nurse who wanted to do everything in her power to assist her community. That meant taking care of her mom, her aunt, and lending a helping hand to anyone in her family that needs it. Christina's story is all about helping her family and her community. And then Christina told her story to Kathy, and Kathy seized the opportunity to build a fun, flexible business that fits her life. She started having meetings, telling the Mary Kay Ash story, telling Christina's story, telling her own story in her own city, then the city next to her city, then the state next to her state, and eventually she told her story to Jen, who, as we've stated, loves a good story. But she had questions too. What if I don't have the skills I need? That's another thing I love about my Mary Kay business. You may be in business for yourself, but you are never by yourself. And it allows you to be who you want to be. So that's the story. That's the story. That's a good story. Jen loves a good story. I think I said that already. Which is when Jen decided to start her own Mary Kay story, which is also in part Kathy's story, and Christina's story, and Mary Kay Ash's story, which leads to the question, what's your story?